Any of your stuff, like your Keanu Reeves thing, they come in or what?
They haven't came in yet, man. I'm
Okay,
waiting. They'll be here
I
in a
just
few
pressed the
days.
button, so we're going live right now. Right, so
Yep.
Mindset
Awesome.
Money Monday, the Amp Live Real Estate Show. I'll be your host, Erick of the Amp Live Real Estate Show, coming to you live here today with AHA Americans Out Americans, Amp Live's American Mentee Program, powered by Amp Live Media. Our sponsors, VIPeXecs Realty and Lending, Step into Excellence. We got obviously a couple of special guests. Hopefully, to come aboard. I know Victor's here. So, Victor, we're going to talk a little bit. He's going to enlighten us with some Mindset Money Monday stuff, things that he does keep him fired up and rolling. He's got some things going on, getting geared up for 2025. We had several conversations. We're going to talk about some real estate stuff, too, because I think something came down the wire. We're looking at it, right, because we're looking at some stuff in Texas. Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, Missouri, got a rehab out there that we're rocking and rolling. Some Southern California stuff that's dropping in the high desert. And there's like two sides of the high desert, right? You got the LA County section and then the San Bernardino section, Inland Empire, Orange County, and parts of Los Angeles. So for today, we're going to rock and roll. Usually I'm out there. It's a little chilly today, believe it or not, in crazy-ass Southern California. And what's the weather like down there in your neck of the woods, brother?
Dude, it's cold, man, Eric. I'll tell you right now, bro. We just had a severe blizzard for the last few days, and the snow's starting to melt now. So
yeah,
it's still pretty cold though. It's still pretty cold.
Oh, okay. Like what's cold? Because we're California, and you're a California guy too, man. I'm a native California, so cold is like 50 degrees, 60
it's
degrees
way
is fucking
different.
cold, bro.
No. We're talking about like 10 degrees or like -2, or like 5 degrees outside, 13 degrees, like that, dude. It was crazy. I was like, what the heck? This isn't real, right? And they're like, yeah, it is. Like, I'm like, yeah, you couldn't even go outside. It was so cold. Huh?
Did you say 10 degrees?
Yes.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes. My wife told me that, and she's like, no, I'm not even going outside. Nobody go outside. Like, our doors were even stuck to the house. Like, everything was cold. We had to have the pipes running, make sure everything was good. Yep.
Damn. Man, that's the other thing. Yeah, we got to make sure everything's good to go down there at the pad in Missouri as well. But that's cool. Yeah. So 10 degrees. Do you got like icicles coming from like the eaves of the house and stuff, or what's going on?
Yes, even on my car, man. It's crazy. It's coming from everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, I have it on my car. Like, my car was filled with snow, covered in snow and stuff like that. And then as it starts to melt, it becomes icicles.
That's funny, man. Fuck, that's crazy. 10 degrees. I can't believe 10 degrees. I don't know what would happen if California was 10 degrees down here, man. That's insane.
Yeah.
But let alone we had the crazy fires. We talked about that before, man. That's insane, too. And that's still going. I believe it's not contained yet. But what else we got? Mindset Money Monday is always awesome now. Obviously, Mondays are like, hey, sometimes they're blah. Just depends on how you frame it, right? A lot of people are like, man, I'm taking Monday off. And it happens, right? Some people make excuses too. Oh, I got to go do this, or I got to go do that. I got to do this. And they're not taking calls or whatever, like it's the weekend. Some people are like that. Others are like, hey, it's Monday. I don't want to do nothing. I want to chill. I want to relax. I want to watch some movies, eat some popcorn, eat some chocolate and ice cream and all that good stuff. And others are coming out of the weekend going, man, okay. Because I think one of my partner associates, man, he's like, man, you work too much on Sunday. I said, yeah, I know I do it to myself. It's not like it's on purpose, but if I set up an appointment or if I set up a live or I say I'm going to do a Sunday sermon, right, then I feel obligated to do it, right? Unless something happens, like, oh, you know what, I got to do this. I got to go over and do this. It's family orientated, or, it's a business move that's more important than doing whatever. Appointments are super important, as you know, right? Hey, what's up, man? Cool. There you go. Yeah. Got the jacket on?
Yeah.
That's cool. I hear you. But yeah, man, got the old American flag, man, a little polo. Now I heard a little story about this. It's the Polo Association, right? And then they have polo shirts by that, what's that guy?
Ralph Lauren.
Who's the one who puts them out?
Ralph Lauren?
Yeah, Ralph Lauren. Mm-hmm. And my daughter's going, hey, that looks cool. I think my dad would want that for Christmas. But it looked different, and the logo looked different because it looked like two logos or two people riding a freaking horse or some shit. It wasn't the same. So she wasn't sure. Then she found out. She goes, yeah, that's different. They had a lawsuit going on for years and years and years and years, man, about Polo coming out with Polo shit. Ralph Lauren has Polo and blows it up. And then they're trying to do the same thing. Ralph Lauren's going, no, man, you can't. That's our jam, bro. But isn't that ironic?
Yeah.
They start the shit. Someone else takes it, blows it up, and they drop the ball, and then they want to come back and utilize it, and then they're getting hammered, right? So they had to work out some type of agreement with the logo. Polo Association is different than Polo,
yeah.
Right? Which I didn't know, man. I just thought they're cool shirts, man. I'm not one for riding horses. Fuck that shit, right? But when we're talking about that stuff, I was thinking about branding. Now, branding. Mindset Money Monday. What does that have to do with What does Mindset Money Monday have to do with branding, right? Now, when you're doing business, you're rocking around with business, man. Like obviously, like your stuff, right? You got comic books, you got Marvel, you got what's the other one? Marvel, and who's the other
DC.
one?
DC, the top
right?
heavy hitter.
That was kind of weird, right? You got two companies. One started first, and the other one, but then you could tell the difference, right? Kind of like wrestling, WWE, and then you had WCW?
Yeah.
And then, one saying, oh, this is the original one. We're the best. We're the biggest. And then all of a sudden, they get taken over with some guy with that Ted Turner with all the money.
Yeah.
And then it starts blowing up for about a year and a half, or a little bit. And then all of a sudden, WWE fucking says, man, what the fuck is this? Boom. And then Al obviously blew him out of the water and bought him out. Isn't that crazy?
That's it. That is.
But by thinking about brands and thinking about stuff like that, it's just, about protecting yourself. Mindset Money Monday. It's obviously, for me, coming out of the weekend, I don't know for you, but when you're doing this stuff with the real estate, I know, and then the comic book business and the stuff that you do, and I know you like your Sundays and stuff with family and stuff, so do I, but my kids are adults now, right? When they're younger, it's like, boom, yeah, and I felt privileged and I guess appreciative of being able to be an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
And then saying, you know what? I'm with them. Hey, I get to pick them up from school. I get to do this. I get to do that. Even when I'm on appointments, the kids go with me, or vice versa, and the wife. They're intermingled in our business. So it feels, that's I guess the freedom part, right? I couldn't take them to my job, right? If I'm at a job, I'm at a job doing my stuff. But this or real estate or doing stuff, you get to pick and choose, right? And I get it. Some people are going, well, you know what? I'm going to do a business and I'm just going to do 9 to 5. I'm not going to work weekends and stuff. You ever hear that with real estate?
Yeah, all the time. How many agents? Yeah, all the time. How many agents have we talked to that don't really do much on the weekends?
Yeah, that's crazy, right? But it's real estate. When are people home, man, on the weekends? When do they do open houses? And I get it. All open houses don't work. All kinds of shit you're hearing right now in the real estate side of the business, right? Or, people don't want to see houses. They want to do, you want to work they want to do everything on their phone and stuff, right? Yeah. There's so much information that they don't need a real estate agent. You know what I mean? And all kinds of that crap's coming down the wire, obviously. But what what do you think? Or, what do you think like the myths are when people are going, man, you know what? I want to run a business. I want to have freedom. And what do you think keeps people back from doing it?
Themselves.
Or holds them back, I should say.
Say it again.
Yeah, what do you think holds people back from going, you know what? I got a job. I want to do this. And I want to be an entrepreneur, or maybe I want to be, have a business. But then, they keep saying, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Never happens. Or if they go and do it, they try to have these rules of going, hey, you know what? I'm only going to work this and do this and do that and that. And, obviously it doesn't work out all the time. And sometimes it does.
I mean,
but what do you think keeps people back from actually launching their business?
Themselves. Most of the time, let's be real. It's not the money. Sometimes it is. A lot of people will use that as an excuse. It's the money. I don't have the money right now. Or, oh, I'm not licensed, or I'm not permitted, and I don't have this, I don't have that. But at the end of the day, it's really just the person themselves taking action and actually figuring out a way and getting things done, and making it happen. That's what I think.
Like commitment.
Yeah, commitment and drive.
Yeah, drive, right?
That drive and motivation and stuff too. Even when you don't want to, everybody goes through it. nobody's perfect. I'm pretty sure you've went through it too, Eric, or you lack some
Mhm.
motivation some days. And some days you don't do that as good as you want to that day. But hey, the next day you got to be like, you know what? I got to keep motivating myself. This is what I wanted. This is what I pushed myself to do. And I got to keep doing it. I
Right?
can't give up. Yeah.
Yeah, like getting off the ass and getting off the ass, getting your couch off the
Right.
ass, right? And going, fuck, all right, I got to get up. I got to get out of bed. And you got to throw some guilt on your ass sometimes, right? It's like, come on, this is my duty. Let's go, get out. Let's freaking roll, man. As they do, was it a let's fucking go type stuff, right? And because there isn't anybody there now. Your job, you got to get up and you got to go to your job, right? You're either gonna do a great job or you're gonna do a shit job, right? Or you're just gonna show up and hopefully you do your thing and you don't get in trouble and you collect your paycheck at the end of the week, right?
Right.
And that kind of sucks, right? Because sometimes when you start looking at your check, but you're stuck. Aren't you stuck like in a freaking, I don't know. I just think it's a dead end.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Because you're going to get the check, you got your bills, but then what? You spent all your time, 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours working at a gig. And I think the other thing that helps people is frustration, right?
Yeah.
You got to keep on getting beat up and get frustrated before you sign and go, you know what? I'm freaking tired of this shit. I have to do something else, right? Kind of like that epiphany or what do you call it? You get something where you have a paradigm shift, right? Where sometimes paradigm shifts, I believe you have to be forced to move into them unless you can really figure out how to create a paradigm shift for yourself.
Right.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, I do feel sometimes people do get forced into a paradigm shift. Like it's almost like their back is against the wall type thing, but they can create it too. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the frustration holds a lot of people back. It's even held me back. I've been there at times, but you have to overcome it. That's all it is at the end of the day. You just got to overcome it and just keep going. That's just how I look at it, man, because
yeah, but how do you keep going, man?
You just got to keep motivating yourself. You have to keep envisioning it, man. Come on. You got to envision it. You have to feel it. You have to taste it. You have to want it that bad. Like, even when the whole world is against you, sometimes I feel like that and stuff myself all the time. Like the world's against me. I don't know what people really want me to do. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the outside world. Who cares? Like, excuse my French, but fuck them. It's about you. Nobody's going to pay your bills. Nobody's going to make this change for you. Nobody's going to do this for you but you. You got to get your ass up and keep motivated. You got to keep telling yourself, come on, man, you got this. Like, you don't want to be that guy from the story, the one that was, the guy was 3 feet from gold. I know probably a lot of people don't know about that story. We got 3 feet from gold, man. It's crazy. From Think and Grow Rich. It's a great book. And if you guys haven't read Think and Grow Rich, excuse me, guys, Think and Grow Rich, I suggest you guys do grab that book and start making that part of your daily routine to read up on it. It's helped me a lot. And even sometimes, even now, when I feel like, man, do I really got to? I'll grab the book, and the book says, you got to keep going. Yep.
There it is, right? Yeah, this is the Napoleon Hill's Keys to Success, 17 Principles of Personal Achievement, right? That's number 2. Go get Think and Grow Rich, study it, become it, read it, make it your core, and then grab this one. I always like this for the business Bible, right? Because that actually produces, or the goal is not produce. It's up to you to come up with the 17 Principles of Success, man. But that's awesome, man. I appreciate that because it's true. And, everybody who comes aboard and works with us and part of the Mentee Program coaching, it's like required reading, right? Go out and get the book. A lot of people want to do the audio. I get it. Get the audio, but get the book because it's in your hands. You can touch it, smell it, feel it, and all that good stuff. And then, you know how we do it, right? There's a right way, not a right way and a wrong way to read a book, but we have a suggestion on how to make it work for you, right? A little quicker and faster with muscle memory and reading it over and over, But yeah, that's that makes sense, man. Frustration is a big part of it. But you know what? When you're reading and studying, man, it's kind of like your friend, right? And it motivates you because then you're reading about the stories of other successful people, the characteristics of people. And then, you start creating habits, right? To make it a lot easier for you. It's almost like reprogramming your brain, man.
That's exactly what it is.
And believing it, right?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, because if you don't believe it, who else going to believe it, right? And that's you because you have that faith to do it. Got something here right here. Join Erick's Creative Real Estate Domination Investing Meetup. We're going to do that on January 29th, okay? So we'll do the same thing, Zoom and all that good stuff. We'll be here in Southern California. And it's all going to be about creative real estate investing and all that good stuff. VIP execs, if we can get anybody else who wants to be part of it or, want to talk and chat about wholesaling or things of that nature, maybe title, escrow, or whatever, then we'll probably bring that to the table. But let's talk a little bit more about motivation, brother. As far as like stuff that keeps you, because you're a different rare breed, man. Not everybody's able to motivate themselves. And that, I think that maybe comes from one, your circumstances when you're younger, how you're coming up, and then deciding to get frustrated and start changing and things of that nature. Or, like for me, I think I was talking about it last week about my granny, right? We call her Nana Rose, God bless her soul, right? And it was about, she'd make me go in the backyard, man. And we got a big ass yard, almost like a third of an acre of some sort. And walnut trees, olive tree, freaking peach tree and all that good stuff, right? And she made me go back there with the little freaking lawnmower, a couple, little engine and shit, and make me mow the damn lawn, Now, if I didn't do it, then the grass would be, tall, start growing, man, and you got to pick up the lawnmower and start chopping that stuff down. My point is that being at a young age, I'm talking, 5, 6, 7 years old, child labor, right? So, but by doing that, it put a work ethic in me, right? Just for the work part, the physical part. And then, understanding my circumstance, with my granny and all that good stuff and life and things of that nature, right? What do you think gave you, or at least that's what I like to say for me anyways, that I did that. And then obviously, I jumped into music and things of that nature. And I think that helped me build character and being able to get out of that shell, right? Because I was a guy that was, introverted in a shell, study, read, do my stuff and just be to myself. And then that character or whatever, it could be baseball, boxing, football. It could be anything, right? Just some type of, I guess, something to bring you out of your shell. And I'm going to put you back up here right there. There we go. To bring you out of your shell. That's what worked for me. And then going back and looking and going, well, shit, what did it take? Why are some people more tenacious than others, right? So what do you think your pivotal point was? Or do you even analyze that? Have you thought about that? I ask a lot of people that, including mentees, and we dive deep, right? Because we got to see what their why is about. What makes them tick? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want freedom? Why do you want to build a legacy, right? And what are your passions? Because if you don't have any passion for anything, then you're not going to do it, right? Mm-hmm. You're not going to get up. You're not going to try to do whatever you need to do. And other people looking at you and thinking you're crazy, going, you're fucking crazy. Good luck, man. You're dreaming, right? So what do you think your pivotal point was? Or do you think I'm way off base? Does that even have anything to do with it when you're growing up or not? And the passion and whys?
I feel it does have a lot to do with it. Honestly, I did have a pivotal point in my multiple pivotal points in my life. When I was young, I didn't really get a lot of motivation. My mom couldn't really motivate me and stuff like that. She was just always working and always stressing off of a lot of stuff. So I always had to keep myself kind of motivated and everything. She always believed in me though. She's no longer here. God rest her soul and stuff. I love her. She's amazing. She's looking down on me from up there and stuff, and
right. Gotta have them with you, man.
I just had to stay focused.
They're there when you recognize them. Sometimes you don't, and you're going, "What the fuck? Where are you at?"
Right.
And then they pop up.
Yeah. So it's just like
it's cool.
I mean, there was a point in time in my life where I just was like, I remembered when I was younger, like I wanted to buy my mother a house and like do real estate and own big properties and stuff like that and be able to just do what I want. Like if I don't feel like going to work and dealing with anybody and somebody telling me what to do, I don't have to. Mm-hmm. I really don't. Even now, man, like so that was a pivotal moment and stuff when my mom passed away and she didn't have a house like she wanted. Like, and then I was like, okay, so I'm gonna do what I have to do. And I stayed focused, and I just kept keeping myself motivated. And then I accomplished the things she couldn't accomplish. And then I accomplished things that my grandmother wanted to do that she couldn't do. So I'm just like, those are all done now. Now it's my turn. So all my goals and stuff is set up. You know what my goals are. My goals are crazy, but
Mhm.
they're attainable, and that's what we're going
Right.
towards and stuff like that. So,
Everything.
um,
Hmm.
yeah,
Everything.
it's just it's been a lot, but I always keep myself motivated. It has a lot to do with the things you've been through in life. I know that scares some people. I know a lot of you guys probably have been like, man, well, fuck. Excuse me. I'm gonna just be honest, Eric. Fuck. I've done this. I've done
Yeah.
that. I worked here 9 to 5. It was so stressful. It was so messed up. I even tried to start my own business. It went to shit. I don't know what to do. I owe this bank money. I got effed up credit. This and that. Like, trust me, You're not the only person. Like, you know what I'm saying? I done messed up all my credit cards at one point. I done didn't
Hmm.
have a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
Yeah.
have anything and stuff throughout my time in life and stuff. And I had to get up and be like, you know what? All right. I know I'm an artist. I know I'm intelligent. I know I can make something out of nothing. I know I can figure this out. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
And that's what I kept doing. I kept pushing and pushing and pushing, man. And breaking these barriers. It's like, and once you know you broke a barrier, it's like, okay, I did one, I can do another one. You start feeling more empowered and stuff like that. So that helps build up that motivation and that energy you're building.
Yeah. It comes with momentum,
Hmm.
and it's true. That's why everybody says, "Oh, one deal will change your life." It's true. But then you got to maintain it, right? Because God rest his soul, my father-in-law, on his deathbed, we were rock and rolling, kicking ass, doing stuff, and helping out the family and everything. And he said, "Look, there's a lot of people out there that don't want you to have what you have, right? And they're going to say they want you to have it, but they really don't, right?
Right.
And they're going to do whatever they can to make sure you don't get to keep it. And that's not just life. It's not just the devil. It's family and friends and people,
Yeah.
right?" And I'm like, fuck, really? And I had to take his advice for what it was because he was on his deathbed, right? And he didn't want to pass away. God rest Miss Sheila. She was sick too. And, they're in separate rooms, and he's like, he would not die. Even the people, hospice will come by and they'll go, you look, hey, this is what's going on. I don't know what it is. He shouldn't be alive. More morphine, more
Yeah.
morphine, more morphine, and he's not going. And Sheila over here is going, man, it's probably not good to say, but he was wanting, she was, blaming him, going, you got me sick, oh, you need to pass away, because this and that or whatever. And he's like stubborn. He's like, man, I'm not dying until we both go, right? And
Right.
it's probably going, well, where am I going with this story, right? But the bottom line is that he said that success, you have to pay the bill all the time. It's no different, man. You got to keep working, working, working. And if you drop the ball, then you can lose success. A lot of people will. It's in life. It's going to happen even when people are right now or later or even in the past are rocking and rolling, living high on the hog. Shit can happen, right? Because we're human beings and we're going to make decisions. And we're not born with a silver spoon in our mouth, right? We have to earn it. But having success, you constantly got to be fighting for it. And that's what he said. He goes, look, you just need to do whatever you need to do, and I'm proud of you, and my daughter and stuff. Right? Thank you for everything and you guys have done and all that good stuff, and keep on doing. Right? Do not let up. Right? Keep your eye on the ball, and also keep your eye on everything that's around you. Be aware. Right? And I heed those words, man, because I remember them, and hopefully that helps out someone out there and listens to this stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Another thing about friends, right? It is what it is. Friends are friends and enemies are enemies and things of that nature. Um, you know, and it's not to be bitter or maybe be, what's the word I'm looking for? Even, shit. What's the word I'm looking for in regards to, I don't know. I can't think of it right now. But you got to always be aware. I tell my daughter that all the time, right? You're out there, be aware. Get off your damn phone, or if you're on the phone, make sure you got
Yeah.
your vision rolling. You're female, you're driving. You got to watch out for all these locos, right? That are out there. And it's the same thing, but in business, right? And
Right.
we had that conversation too. So I like to go fast, 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 and then sometimes you got to go. You got to slow down, but still go fast. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You gotta know when to slow down and when to go fast.
Yeah, and then find your speed, because even
Yeah.
when you're in the zone or flow of things, right? Things just roll, and you're not too worried about, oh man, I got to hurry up and do this and hurry up and do that. You're like, if it is what it is, it is what it is. It's going to happen the way it's going to happen, but it's going to happen on my terms, right? And it always works out 9 times out of 10 for me anyways, right? And for others, most likely too. They'll probably go through if they've experienced the flow is what I call it, right? And you get it done and you go in there, but you know that you got to get stuff done. But you're like, think of it this way. You're rolling and cruising, but you're moving super fast because you're rolling and flowing, but you're moving a lot faster than your competition or the people that are trying to do what you're doing. And it just flows, right? You're like, boom, this guy's going faster and shit, but he's chill. She's chill, or whatever you want to call it, right? If it's, you know, if you're a female out there or whatever. But I've noticed that, and obviously money loves speed, right? So you got to be able to make decisions quickly, make them. If it's the wrong decision, you change them over time, right? You can't be super, what I've learned too in the past, and I've done it, I've been guilty of it, right? Man, being indecisive. Oh, do I do this? I do that? Should I do that? I'm not sure. Blah, blah, blah. Then you fucking second guess, you fuck it all up. It's almost like fighting or something, right? Or martial arts. You can't go, well, should I do a rolling this and that and all kinds of whatever? I'm not one, but you know what I'm saying, right? They do an uppercut and a jab. No, it's muscle memory. You got to be like, boom, I'm on it, right? You're prepared for it. So you're prepared to knock someone out. Or even the luck. Been talking about that about a week or so ago about luck, right? Is there really luck? Do you believe in luck?
Not really.
Not a trick question, so it's okay, man.
No. To be honest, I don't. No, I know. I'm always like, is it a trick question? But like, no. I mean, I used to. I really did. But I mean, it was, how can I say, a program that, you know, oh yeah, that was luck. Lucky you. Lucky this, lucky that. I don't feel it's about luck. I feel like, you know, if you're staying positive, you're focusing towards a goal, you're staying positive, you're staying motivated, and you're heading towards it and stuff. It's just the momentum. It's just the energy. It's just you doing your thing. It's not luck.
Creating your own luck, right?
Yeah, creating your own luck. Because then that's like saying, you know, everybody who's always winning, that's luck. They're just that lucky. No, it's not that they're lucky.
It's that they're working all the time. They're working their ass off. And it doesn't mean like grind, right? Because you know what, I don't do it. You don't do it. Others in real estate don't do it. Or if you have that type of job where you're physically busting your ass, that's different. And that physically is going to tear you up. This is more like mental work, right? Which can still take, you know, it could take stuff out of you if there's two types of mental stress and then stuff that's not stressful to you, you know, until you turn it into stress, then it can physically fuck you up, right? But the mental thing is sometimes people think, well, that's too easy. But isn't it always like the easiest thing is really the magic? And then they're looking for too much other shit to think, where's the magic? Where's the fucking magic? But it's just simple like that. It's freaking your mind, right? It's about being able, like you said, you know, and I'm glad you said that, right? Because there is luck, or you can call it luck or not call it luck, but people create their own luck because you're like what you're doing, right? And what I do and others, right? You're in the jam, you become an expert, you're moving forward, and creating momentum. So what happens when you're like your own universe. So you're bringing shit in, right? And as the universe and you're bringing stuff in, luck comes down the wire, call it, but you're prepared to absorb it and take it down, right? Or you can call luck opportunities, right? Hey, fuck, there's an opportunity. Why does this guy get an opportunity to buy that property, do this, do that, do this? Or why does it seem like when he's in the zone, shit flows? I think anybody, it don't matter, you or anybody else out there, or you, Victor, or me, if you're in the zone, shit flows, right? You just have to recognize the opportunities and then, you know, depending on where you're at mentally, be able to control the flow so you don't, go too fast, or go too slow, but just understand the flow and then move quickly on your decisions and move promptly and precisely on your decisions and be solid with them, right? Even if you think, or even if it turns out to be a kind of a, hey, I probably shouldn't have said that, or I probably shouldn't have did that, or whatever. But if you own it, then you can change it over time, right? That's not a big deal. But I'm glad you said that, man, because it's true. Because I was thinking about that, and I was reading about some other stuff about luck, you know. But you got to be prepared for it. Now, if you're not prepared for luck, it's probably maybe every once in a while something might come towards you, right? And if it comes towards you, and like, fuck, are you prepared to take it on? Are you prepared for the opportunity? Or are you going to shit can the opportunity and fuck it up, right? Because that happens. You know, so I think that's what happens to a lot of people. I know I've done that in the past, but I've always been a type person just kind of, you know, kind of study, and move forward on stuff. And then, you don't know all the answers. I get it. That was me always trying to have all the ducks in a row, right? You don't need all the ducks in a row, right? I think there's a meme with the ladder, with the stairs. You only got to take the first step. You don't got to see all of them. Even if you're in the dark, take the first step and then another step and then another step. Now, how far does it go up? I don't know, right? Because you're in the dark. But that's the great thing about when you're working with us, or you find a mentor, even if it's not working with us or working with someone else, is that you're not in the dark, right? You're always with somebody. You're always working with somebody, right? Even if it's going to be yourself or me. And we got some cool stuff that's happening in the month of January. Obviously, today's Mindset Money Monday. Try to stay positive. And then Tuesday, out in the field, Wellness Wednesday. Thursday, out in the field and stuff like that. Friday, highlights. Saturday, training. And then Sunday, sermon. That's our schedule. At least that's what I use for my schedule. Your schedule could be whatever it is. Anybody out there? Yeah. Victor has his schedule with his, same thing with real estate, comic book stuff, when things are rolling, when things are hot, working the train and, getting people to, to do the business, right? Or I should say, selling the products and things of that nature, even working with stuff and releases of the comic books and things of that nature, right? But that's your jam, right? Like you like that. And for me, it helps others. And if you do real estate, same stuff, right? Maybe it's a job, then you get into real estate, and you go, but you know what? I love piano. I love music. I love freaking birds, or, who knows, gardening or some shit, right? The freedom to be able to do that is awesome. I think everybody should have it. But they got to take that risk, right? They got to go behind that door, right? Do I really want to open the door and then go through? Because you're going to be required, man, to do what needs to be done to enjoy it and sustain it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you experienced that?
Yeah, I have.
Gotcha. Like in your business, right? Or even like now, because you get to go pick up your kids. You can go camping. If you don't want to work that day, you don't, unless you have something scheduled, right? You can go out, hang out in the snow. You can go do whatever. You can go have dinner. Shit, you can travel to another state if you want to. You don't need permission, right?
Right.
How does that feel? Opposed to a JOB?
Dude, you already know. It feels great. It feels great. I mean, like you know my story, man. I couldn't really do a JOB. Can't do it ever. I mean, I did it when I was younger, when I was a young buck, but shortly I was like, I'm an entrepreneur. I'll be a tattoo artist. I'll do custom clothes and I'll make music. I'll wash cars. I'll clean houses. I'll do anything else than having somebody else tell me when to show up for work and what to do and how to do it.
But you're willing to do it.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between others that say they want to do it. They think they want to do it. Do they do it? They may try it, dip their toes in the water. That doesn't work, right? You literally have to set yourself up for a business. You have to see it as a business. You have to invest in yourself and the business to move forward, to even have a gauge of whether you're going to be successful at it or not, right? I always call them lateral moves, right? And I did the corporate thing, worked the salary and all that crazy stuff, and 60, 70, 80, 90 hours. I had to make some decisions that were either good or bad for my family, but I had to take the brunt of it, right? Like, that's just the way it is, right? When we make those decisions. And then deal with the ridicule, right? Hey, yeah, you're going to go do this. You must have been watching too many infomercials, right? Hey, I got a burnt down house for you, man. Check that out. They're just being cynical. They're being assholes, right? And that happens. Did you get some of that in the beginning?
Yeah, a little bit. Yes, I did. I did experience that.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think like working with us and then understanding when you come aboard and you work with us, right? Because we're there to help you, motivate you, get that micro goal sheet rolling, get you up and running, get a game plan, get a target, because you need a target. I see so many people out there kind of running around aimlessly, not knowing where to go. How do I start? What came first, the chicken or the egg? Do I go after buyers or do I go after sellers? Do I go after investors and then, call it reverse wholesaling, whatever the hell you want, and then go get the buyer, go get the sellers and the deals and stuff, right? Or do I just watch a bunch of videos? Do I break down deals? Do I get my real estate license? So much bullshit, right? And it is what it is. It's not bullshit, but there's a lot on the table. Real estate is intricate, and there's a lot of moving pieces, man, right?
Right. Sorry, I couldn't. My mic is keep a little bit. Sorry
Oh,
about
it
that.
keeps cutting out?
A little bit, yeah.
All right. Hey, no problem. No problem, man. But I know we talked about, we got some cool stuff coming out in January, but at the same token, right? I think I need it's here, but I think Sweden's working on some stuff as well. But get deals done with the American Mentee Program, creative real estate investing, one-on-one mentoring for real results. Now, obviously, and like I said, sign up, don't miss out for January. And I'm not gonna get sugarcoated. The bottom line is we do mentor, we train, we coach. It's one-on-one mentoring, to be honest with you, right? I don't even like using the word coach, but we do have programs, and that's what's dropping in a little bit for 2025, right? The coaching stuff. And the reason we haven't done the coaching thing is because everybody and their mother has that. Anybody can get the coaching stuff, but not everybody can do one-on-one mentoring. And I know a lot of people out there in the business don't want to do it, or they say they do it, but then, hey, the longevity of us being in business for as long as we have, and others where they end up disappearing, right? And they drop off. We hear all the horror stories. Oh yeah, my coach, I don't know what happened to him. It was 3 months, he's gone. Or they're not calling me back, and all that good stuff, right? The bottom line is that when you're prepared for something, and it's not about being like, the teacher and the student and all that good stuff, right? We're in the business. It's what we do. And that's why it's a selection process. That's why we do it the way we've been doing it. And, you just come aboard, take care of the hard costs, done with you, done for you. But we do have something special that's going to be dropping in this month, right? And it's kind of a challenge, like for us and maybe for you and everybody involved in AHA, Americans Helping Americans, and AMP Live, right? And VIPeXecs, but mostly AMP Live, right? And doing this. And right now, obviously, this is the one-on-one mentoring program, right? It's a selection process. I believe there'll be a link or a QR code I'm going to bring up real quick that you can go ahead and lock in your spot. Now, right there, it's still, and we're honoring this, and this, Victor, it's a little bit different. This is for the one-on-one, and that's for, I believe it's like 42% off. And this is, I think, even like the price point or the hard cost for this is from 2023, man, right? And every year it goes up. And because we take on more people, we got more stuff. Obviously, there's hard costs, but we got something pretty crazy that we're going to be doing. And it's for some, it's kind of like to bring them into the introduction of the American Mentee Program. What is the American Mentee Program, right? And AMP Live, true one-on-one. What does true one-on-one mentoring mean? I hear a lot of people going, well, coaching and mentoring, it's the same thing, right? Or coaching
is different.
One call a week, and that's fine. Or you get on all the coaching calls and the lives and and the groups and all that good stuff. But that's not mentoring, man, right?
No.
What would you consider? Because I know I've done some stuff in the past, like coaching versus mentoring, the good, the bad, the ugly. What's the myth of coaching and mentoring, right? There is good and bad in all of them, and it all depends on your personal opinion as far as like the mentoring part or even the coaching, right? What do you think? If there's young bucks out there or even elderly people, 18 to 80, suggesting, what would you suggest to help them? Like to say, look, I'm getting started. I'm thinking about doing real estate, or maybe I've been in the program. I've spent money in the program and other programs, and I'm still spinning my wheels and I'm not sure where to go. What do I do? What would your suggestion be to them? Or what advice they should say?
Depending on where they're at in life and like what they're able and capable of doing. Some might just need a coach. Some people just need a coach. But it's a lot less people than people think that need a coach. I know people think a majority of the population just needs coaching to teach them and show them the way and stuff. That's like coaching them to do good, coaching them how to do it. But a mentor is different. At least in my perspective, a mentor is more different because they're actually doing the craft. They're actually in it. A coach is no longer playing basketball and football. They're not playing tennis all the time and stuff. They're not training and stuff constantly and stuff. They're training you. They're coaching you how to be like that. A mentor is still in the game.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the difference. Amen. And that's funny that you say that. That's awesome that you say that because it's 100% true.
Yeah.
Go for it. I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. You're on a roll there.
Oh, I know. Hold on. I know. It's sorry, like I said, it's the whole exclusives, the comic stuff and everything.
Yeah.
It's just crazy right now. Everybody's asking me about
Cool.
it and got a bunch
That's
of crazy
good, man.
questions and stuff.
That's good vibes, good jams. Keep it up.
God, I gotta silence that thing real quick. Let me
All right.
silence
Oh yeah,
it.
you hear it. Boop, 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 boop.
I know,
I wonder what the
man.
hell that was. That's all right. Let it roll, man. No big deal. So, throw it
Yeah,
out
but I
there.
mean, it's busy, man, and that's the way we all like it. We want it to be consistent and busy, whether it's real
Hell yeah.
estate and a mix of other businesses, man. That's what it is.
Yep.
That's what it is at the end
Multiple
of the day.
streams of income. But that was an awesome thing that you said there. What's the difference? Coaching. Some people need coaching, and you're right. They're retired. They're going to coach. They're going to do this. They're going to help. And that's how they make their salary, their money, and things of that nature. A mentor is actually in the jam. They're willing to work with you. They're willing to put you under the wings and going, yeah, no problem. But we got to make it reciprocal, at least for us, right? And that's how we do things with AHA and Amp Live. It has to be reciprocal. You got to show up to the party. You got to be able to follow directions, right? Be able to punch your way out of a damn paper bag, right? You'd be surprised, right? Going, oh, that's easy. There's a lot of people who can't even punch their way out of a damn paper bag, right? And they don't know. They just know that they're locked in and they're punching, but they're going, if they knew it was a paper bag, they punch right through it, but they don't. And that's the fucked up thing about programming, and just life in general. I won't get into the politics and religion of all that stuff, right? We'll leave that alone for another day. Maybe we'll leave it for the Sunday sermon, brother.
Right.
But you know what I mean? And if you knew that it was a paper bag, you'd be like, bam, get me the fuck out of here, right? And you go do it. That's what AHA, Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America, and AMP Live, the American Mentee Program. That's what we got right here, man. One-on-one mentoring, true one-on-one mentoring. Scan that QR code that's right up there. Scan the QR code. That's for true mentoring, right? Working with you. We're in the jam. We're in the game. How can Victor, how can others we work with here with you help you become the expert, right? By sharing those intimate things that you're not going to see on a YouTube video, a TikTok, or even in a coaching program, or even in a PDF or a book or a manual. They're not going to throw all those juicy nuggets, or I should say the missing pieces or missing links to the business. You have to figure those out yourself. They'll give you a roadmap, and you feel if you have the balls or whatever you want to call it, I guess the wherewithal to go through it all, those missing pieces will get filled in because of the experience that you're going through, right? Yeah. What's great about that, having a mentor, is that when I got my mentor, I got to ask questions. I got to share the deals and then analyze and figure out what was going on with the deal and listen to that person sell and lock up a deal, right? And do what they did best, and then absorbing it and taking it in and making it mine. And I think that's super powerful. That's like having a superpower, man. One superpower. The other superpower is subject to. Now, people think, hey, subject to, seller financing. For me, it's a different definition. For me, anyways, I look at subject to as a beautiful, lovely thing to leverage properties. And it don't matter, if it has equity. Now, if they're tight, that's one thing. Then you're doing some stuff, right? But I look at subject to as a way to go on. I don't need a bank, even though there's a bank involved. I don't need to go to hard money, even though we could. I don't need to get a conventional loan, a traditional loan, a USD loan, a FHA. They're all in place to a degree, right? And I don't have to go, the only thing you're going to need is private investors and friendship investors to make those deals happen, right? Or use your own money if you're going to take it down. And that's how I look at sub 2, where I'm looking at a property. Like, we analyzed that one property today, right? It was one of those over bloated properties that was, they owned it for a couple of years. It was retail. It was on freaking market, which I don't like unless it's, been on the market forever and there's, distressed situation. That's something where the only distressed situation about this property is what? It was listed for about a year and a half or so, a little over a year, and they couldn't sell it, right? But then they had, the retail sale, and then the investor, the one that was trying to sell the deal, was way too much, man. They wanted too much money. Agent wanted their money. Sellers wanted too much money. and then there's nothing there with the, you know, with the seller carry and a balloon. I get it. That's cool. If they're motivated to do that, then you can take that subject to and go, bam. Hey, I'll just give you a couple of bucks here, give the agent a couple of bucks, and then take the motherfucker down, fix it, flip it, buy and hold it, right? Or at least control it at a better number. So then you can do what? Once you control it and got it and it's in sub 2, then you can do a seller finance and sell it off to a family that has jobs, but maybe they got hammered with credit and all that good stuff, but they got some money saved up when they want to buy again. Seller finance to them, right? Arbitrage it. Like this one had interest rates in the 3s. Couldn't you do, hey, I'll no problem. Give me some money down. I'm going to finance you. We're going to do a wrap and a seller finance, and we're going to put 6.75%, maybe even 7 because they got bad credit, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to arbitrage the 3.75 or 3.99 or whatever it is, and you got the 6 or 7%. You got money in between there. Who gets that? You do, right? So that's one dip. And then the other dip's going to be, well, the cash flow, right? Okay, so if the equity, you know, you're going to sell the property, and now obviously if it's a premium and it's almost leveraged out, right? That's one thing, you know, and you're going to, but you don't have to, you know, kill anybody with what the fees that you want, right? Even if you sold it off to somebody else, right? Be flexible in those fees so you can make it attainable for someone else. But I get it. You know, everybody's a little bit different. But people always think sub 2 is, man, it's got to be a super tight deal, right? This is for only seller finance. It's all bullshit. Sub 2 is, look, you find sub 2 deals, man. You know that. Look at that. Look at what we have right now. Look what you have. Sub 2 deal, you got a great deal on it, right? There's other deals that are out there, man, that are pre-foreclosures. They're nice houses in nice areas. There's probates. There's high equity properties, right? We're looking at some right now, right? Looking at that one, I won't mention the area, but, you know, it's the high desert or whatever, and it's a decent price. And, you know, first thing I'm looking at is fuck wholesale. Fuck trying to buy it cash and fix and flip it. There's already a loan in place. Let's pay the sellers what they want right now. Let's take it down, fix it, flip it, Airbnb it. Fuck it. And if and worst case scenario, what happens? Hey, you know what? Let's put on the brakes. Let's sell this because this jabroni over here says, "Hey, man, I'll take that down. How much do I need? Take it over." You can get your money because you locked it all up and you put, you know, and it's valued more because now you got into a trust for legal and tax purposes. You structured the whole deal. It looks sweet and better if they understand it. Then an investor come in, pay you your fee, right? Pay the sellers their fee, boom, or agent or whatever, and then go ahead and take it with the seller wrap, and then they can go do what? Fix it, flip it, Airbnb it, or whatever, right?
Yep.
Then that makes sense to me to pay that higher fee if I was on their shoe, if I was in their shoes. And for me, I know my value and worth to be able to say, yeah, we can. Why we're charging this and it's worth it? Because a lot of them are going to ask. If they don't know sub 2, they're going to go, hey, can you do the paperwork? I wouldn't know how to do that. Well, you're going to charge me for that, or is it part of the fee or what, right? So the beauty of sub 2, right? And it can be subject to existing what? Taxes, subject to,
financing.
Which one?
Financing.
Yeah, subject to existing financing. I can say subject to, a fart, man. It don't matter. Whatever you write in that addendum and do the rest of the paperwork. I mean, banks do sub 2 on your loans, and they do all kinds of shit in the banking industry. I won't get into right now, but they do sub 2. You just don't know it. They don't say it. They don't call it that. And that's the thing. Here's a pro tip that I'm going to drop. There's a lot of people out there negotiating, and they're trying to do deals on the phone, and they're trying to do sub 2 on the phone, and they wonder why it doesn't go sub 2 on the phone. You don't do sub 2 on the phone, man. Can it be done? Sure. If they're super flexible and they understand, and, they're like, that's cool. I don't care what you do. I don't care how you take it down. Just give me my money, right?
Right.
All they're thinking about is give me my 30K, 10K, 50K, whatever you agreed. They don't give a shit about any of the other stuff. But if you start talking about sub 2, seller finance, how this works, they freak out. What the fuck is that? I've heard nightmare stories. Fuck all that shit. Land contract bullshit or whatever, right? Sellers get freaked out. So you go belly to belly, man. Right? Go belly to belly. Set that appointment. And then even then, it doesn't have to go belly to belly, right? As long as you got
Right.
someone else, boots on the ground there, or even on the phone, it don't matter. We did it with that four quad or something like that in Texas with a young man. You know, he said, "Oh
Yes.
no, he's not willing to do subject to. He's not willing to do seller finance. He don't want to do any of that." That's like the mentee being negative. And there's a lot of, I guess, you know, wholesalers out there. They always will say a lot of the same stuff. Oh, they're not interested in that. We already tried. Maybe you didn't try hard enough, or maybe you're not skilled enough, or maybe they weren't skilled enough to actually get the deal. Right now, and it doesn't have to do anything with luck, or it's about closing ratios, right? Some people are just better at certain things than others, or they do it enough where they become an expert, right? And then you can evaluate whether they're going to close or not.
Yeah.
You know, and I get it, you know, but you know, everybody's, even me, right? Everybody's got an ego. You got a good ego, bad ego, depends on how you use your ego, right? But if you're confident enough to provide a solution and you go through the process, you're gonna close stuff that others don't. But it blows my mind that a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, they're not interested." But then we go negotiate, and what happens? They're interested.
Mm-hmm.
We're asking more questions, open-ended questions, tie downs, figuring out what they're all about and what they need. And then we deliver those things. And they're like, yeah, how would that work? How do I do that? And there's some pretty good people out there, you know, that are awesome at that stuff, right? And it is a art, but there's some science behind it. And it's just sales 101. But you have to learn it, and you learn it from other people, right? That's the beauty of this right here, right? With the one-on-one mentoring program, man, is that's what we do. That's what we do for you and help you build your business along with a bunch of other stuff. But I wanted to throw that down there simply because it's true, man. Now, have you seen that happen in the past where like you see someone else going and doing this, and then someone else is like fucking doing the same thing, but then this one is going, why can't I get a deal? And this one like just boom, does the deal, locks it up.
Yeah, I have. I've seen that.
Same token, they'll go like, hey, you know, all they got is like wholesale on their mind, even though there might be some other options, but they don't want to listen. And then they just say, I think this is it. And they don't do it, or they're thinking, no, the seller said they don't want to, right? Do you think that they're just afraid to go back and ask? Or do you think that, they're just thinking, maybe I just want to make my fast dollar? Or what is it do you think that deters them from actually, having an open mind?
Not knowing those strategies, man.
And what if they've been introduced with the strategy? Maybe they're working with people who know the strategy. Maybe they've seen it. Maybe they've worked it. Maybe they're even doing deals to a degree like that. But for some reason, they're just not seeing what we see or what I would see. Almost like a doctor, right? Or even a frickin' whatever you want to call it, a seer, right? the crystal ball action, right? What you know is what you know, and you kind of know if you ask enough questions where the seller wants or needs to a degree. Now, there's stubborn ones, right? They're going to say, no, I'm not doing it. Okay, cool. You're going to lose your property. It's okay. Yeah. It's God's will, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
That happens too, man, right? People are crazy. But I think it's just the tenacity to keep going, hammer until you get the deal. But at the same token, some people are afraid, right, to hammer too hard on sellers, right? And that doesn't mean be rude. Like, hey, you're lucky I'm here. I'm an investor. I'm the greatest and the latest since, sliced pie and apple pie and all that shit, right? There's a lot of crazy fuckers do that shit, right? And then they scare the shit out of a seller.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think is the ultimate way to say, look, I mean, if it's you, I mean, I knew you're open-minded, so it's different, right? And you'll go in and go, yeah, man, which way do we go? How are we going to go with this, right? And having that open-mindedness to be able to go in there, and then actually, because that's kind of what you've done, and that's how you're able to get these contracts, attain them, have that leap of faith. Like I had a leap of faith with my mentor. I just would go out and get it, come back, and then ask a bunch of questions on why the hell you needed that, right? Not before. Like, oh, why do I do this and need that and this and blah, 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 and then never get it and then go, fuck. The deal's gone, right?
Right.
So what do you suggest for others out there going, you know what? They're spinning their wheels. Shiny objects, we get it. I jump on shiny objects too, man. But holding in, putting those blinders on, what do you suggest when stuff like that happens? Because if you don't know, you don't know. That's one thing, right? But if you do know, then shouldn't that be like a little shame on you? You're going, well, you know what? You're already shooting yourself in the foot, only because maybe someone else came towards you and said, you know what? I think you probably try to do this, this, and that. What would you suggest to people like that?
I would suggest for them to take a chance on it and stuff. Like, you know, don't just leave it on the table. You know what I'm saying? And if they're working with somebody that knows how to do that stuff, do it. If they're not, learn how to do it, or even just take a chance at it. I mean, take it and learn it. I mean, because it's just like if it's not a wholesale and it's another type of deal that you're gonna have to work on,
Yeah.
lock it up, find the right people that you need for it to happen. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't do it, like I said, find people that know how to make it happen, because that's just leaving money on the table. Just because it's not a wholesale deal and you can't do it how the way you're used to doing it, there's other people out there. And if you don't know it, find somebody that could teach you. Team up with somebody, find a mentor. Obviously, you know, it's always good to have a mentor to teach you different strategies. And that's the thing. Whoever you choose your mentor to be, make sure that they know different strategies besides just wholesaling, because a lot of these guys on here, we're not naming names, but some are only, let's just put it like this, subject to. Some are only wholesaling, some are tax liens, some are this. But how many of them have all of it in one program? All of it in one program without add-ons and extra features and fees and all that type of stuff.
Right.
And new unlocks and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah. Nobody. That's why when we say, hey, you know, we're the, you know, AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, the only program on the planet like it, right? It can literally say that because we're not exactly like everybody else. We don't do what everybody else does, right? We're not coaching and all that other good stuff, or, you know, 20,000, you know, videos and PDFs only when you need it. Everything's based on, it's actually, you know, getting in, mentoring, training, meat and potatoes, right? And I think it's one of the fastest ways to get you into the business, even if you're kind of new. Because we've had some newbies we taken on, you know, we weren't sure if we're going to do that because, you know, we want you, hey, you be beat up in the industry a little bit so you understand, at least know how to break down deals, how to find deals, know what marketing is, even at least know what wholesaling means, at least know what creative real estate and sub-2 mean, right, to a degree, or at least heard of them. Some of these people have never even heard of this stuff, right? But yet they're fired up. They're like, man, I can do this. I want to get on board, and we got to make a decision, right? Kind of like going to board of directors. What do you think? What do you think of this person? Boom. Then we'll go, you know what? We've done it before. And they've come aboard. Or maybe they bought a $500 course on, hey, I want to buy properties for buy and hold. And they bought something with a bunch of PDFs and videos and stuff, right? And spent, you know, $500 or $1,000 or $3,000. And they go, I just want to, yeah, I'm making good money and I want to, you know, find some properties for buy and hold. And then eventually I want to, you know, eliminate my gig and buy more and do this full time, right? If it works out, is what usually happens. And that happened a couple of times, you know, with just, you know, newbies, right? And then we would go, no problem, let's talk, let's chat. And then they're like, man, I think I'd rather go this route, right? Because I'm working and I'm trying to read these videos and study and this and that. If I can go with this and just work with you and get deals, you know, then we had to make the decision. Do we really want to do that? Are they going to show up to the party or not? And, you know, they've turned out pretty good where they've gotten contracts. They're like, boom, okay. And then some find out that it's not for them. Others are like, man, this is awesome, right? And then the ones that, because it's harder for them to appreciate something because they haven't been with really another program, right? It's usually the appreciation comes when they got beat up by this program and that program for $3,000, $10,000, $36,000, $50,000, and they're going, shit. Why didn't they tell me any of this stuff? When you know, that's, you know, but you're sharing it with me. Why? Right? I don't get it. Why am I getting results in, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks or whatever? Because everybody's different, right? It might be 3 weeks, it might be 2 weeks, it might be a month, it might be freaking month 6 down the road. You're going to get your aha moment and go, now I freaking understand it. Right? I always say it's not a race. You know that, right, Victor?
Right.
So it's like, man, I might get my aha moments and then boom, things start clicking, things start popping, you start writing contracts. But usually the way it's designed is that we're rocking and rolling. As long as you show up to the party and you follow directions, you know what? We're writing contracts very quickly, right?
Yes, we are.
You know, it's usually, and I've looked, I went back and took a look at all the numbers and stuff, you know, and it's not a guarantee. That's why I would put it in there, right? Guarantees are bullshit when you're doing mentoring, right? Because there's no guarantee that the mentee is going to perform 100.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're going to perform 100, but is the mentee? No. And there's cost for all this stuff, right? It's not free. My time, your time, other people's time.
Right.
To set them all up, and the platform and everything, and the marketing and graphics, and then just the process to get them up and running it costs money. People don't think about that, right? Everybody thinks, well, it's just videos. You did videos, and now you sell a video course to everybody. That makes sense, right? That's cool. That's what I call ATM money, right? And then, but is it updated now, right? A lot of the times those programs aren't even updated. So even with us, we're going to want to update that shit. Hey, this is new software. It's rocking and rolling. Hey, this sucks. Hey, here's a new method. Throw it in there. Let's work it. And that's my interpretation if there was some good coaching out there. And then even with the one-on-one, right? One-on-one, if we're doing something's working. Some things work better in different states. You notice that?
Yeah.
And so that's the beauty. And that's what's cool, because we get to interact with people in different states and different cities and things of that nature, and kind of have the pulse of real estate and what's going on, and kind of look at what's transpiring throughout the United States of America and even the world. But this is I got a thing up here. So don't forget, scan that QR code, lock in your spot. But how creative real estate investing can change your future. One deal can change your life. You agree with that or no?
Yes, I do.
It's awesome.
That's what happened with me.
Right? That's true, man. I appreciate that, man. And congratulations to you, man. Proud of you for sticking it out and doing what you need to do. But it's true, and not everybody knows what creative real estate is, or they think it's creative finance, because obviously the branding out there and things of that nature. But creative real estate has an umbrella. You know that, right? What do you let me ask you a question, man. What's your definition of creative real estate investing?
Being creative with your deal. Nah, not really, because
awesome. Good to hear.
Creative, in my sense, is not allowing it to just fall through the cracks, or not happen because you have a lack of, I guess, creativity. So if you don't know how to do it one way, creative real estate investing is pretty much just, okay, I don't know how to do it that way, but I can do it this way. How can I get the money up for it? The funding, if I don't have the money for the funding, okay, who can I partner with and stuff like that? So in a sense, the word creative is just, it fits perfect, because you have to be creative to come up with a strategy. And every single real estate deal is different. They're not always the same, especially in investing. We'll get 1 month, it'll be a tax lien. Next one, it'll be a pre-foreclosure. Next one, somebody just wants to get rid of it. There's no issues wrong with the house. There's a tenant in place. There's a loan in place that has a 3% loan. They just don't want to deal with it anymore. And they're like, hey, just give me this and this amount of money, and I'll walk away. And I'm like, really? That's it? Are you serious? That's less than a brand new but that's less than a brand new Toyota Camry. That you want to let it go for that, and it's fully okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So we come across things like that. You have to be creative and stuff. In my eyes, to explain it, you just, I don't know, man. It's hard. I'm creative, so I just figure things out. It's like figuring things out, making sure it happens one way or another, whether it's subject to, whether it's wholesaling it, whether it's taking it down for yourself as a long term, or as what do you call it? What are those? The Airbnbs.
Yeah, you talk about exit strategies, right?
Yeah.
And where'd you learn that stuff?
Learn that stuff with you guys, with the HA and stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Creative real estate investing, man. Because look, I know we can just say, hey, real estate investing. That's cool. But then you take it to another level. Not everybody understands or knows what is creative real estate investing.
Well, most people are under the assumption, man, that creative real estate investing means, that. I mean, it is that. It is this situation where it's like, oh, no money down on all properties and stuff, creative type things, stuff. But it's not just that, because subject to existing finance is creative real estate investing. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's creative as hell that somebody came up with the idea. Well, I can't give you all the money and stuff, but you need this amount, and maybe we can do this. And let's, put in a situation towards like you walk away, the bank's happy, I'm happy, and everything's good to go,
Yeah. And would you consider wholesaling creative real estate investing?
I guess it's the easiest form of real estate
Would you
investing.
consider it creative real estate investing? Is that fly underneath?
Yeah, it's creative. Yeah, it is.
It is, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it is. You're wholesaling a property and stuff, like it would be an like a regular product or something like that, like regular inventory of a pair of tennis shoes or sneakers and stuff like that. So it takes somebody's creative mind to think the same way of streamlining it to where it's like, okay, these are like products. They could go boom, boom, boom,
And what about lease options? Creative real estate investing or traditional?
Lease options, I thought that's real estate investing side, ain't it?
Yeah, that's creative real estate investing.
That's creative.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
because you're being creative with the lease option, and you're going to lease it, do an option. It's almost like a rent to own.
Yeah.
Creative real estate investing, right?
Yeah.
Airbnb.
Yes, of course.
Real estate investing or creative. You can arbitrage it and turn it into creative. It is creative, right? Because you're stepping in and you're going to do something that's untraditional besides a long-term rental, right? You're going to do a short-term rental. And you might even get into that and go, hey, I'll just take down your lease. Hey, you got a lease that sucks. You're tired of being a landlord. I'll give you 6 months and then lock me in for 4 years. And then I'm going to turn this into Airbnb and do my thing and manage it. Good to go? Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Go for it. As long as I get my my money and you're going to pay me a little extra on my lease and you're going to give me 6 months of payments, I'll lock you in for 4 years, right? Some will, some won't. Some will dig in and go, oh, shit, I'll get a little greedy. Can I get this and this and that? But what if you negotiate it right? Then you're arbitraging and you don't have to go buy the property, right? You're just leasing it. Kind of like what they do with assisted living. You got the land and then you got the business on top. Some people will just buy the business and then people keep the land, right? That's kind of the same thing with Airbnb. If you're allowed to in certain cities, depending, right, because they're coming down on that even more again with the Airbnb stuff, right? But that's creative real estate investing, assisted living, all that stuff is just working. Anything that's not in the traditional square box, like here's the property, let me list it, and then sell it. Let me get a traditional loan, right? And then sell the son bitch. So I always say, creative real estate investing is not a sexy word, right? Because people are like, what the fuck does that mean? How is that going to help me, right? And I think that's where people get stuck, right? Even if you're an agent. And then you go, man, I don't know. Real estate is kind of scary. Real estate investing is even scarier. This is what I do. I stay in my lane. I don't want to do the real estate investing stuff. And then you even take it to a new level, right? And we live outside that box, bro, right? The creative real estate investing box. And that's what that is. Wholesaling is creative real estate investing. Subject to existing financing, sub 2. Tax deferments, all that good stuff, rent to own, lease options, right? Everything that's outside that box of a square, here's the house, and you list it and you sell it and you get a traditional loan. Anything, that's what I call the public sector, right? The private sector is anything else but this. And that's the beauty. That's the beautiful thing about creative real estate investing, man, is yes, you got to learn it. And it comes over time, right? You learn one thing, then you learn another, then another, then another, then another. And it may take you 4 or 5 years before you become an expert at creative real estate investing or go through and become a bird dog, a wholesaler. Then you start buying and holding, using traditional money like most do. And then they go, oh, fuck, I fucked up there. Now my credit is all tapped out and my money's all tapped out. I need another way to figure out how to do what? How to do deals. Oh, shit, I'm going to do this creative stuff, sub 2, seller finance stuff. I'm going to do Airbnb, arbitrage. Then they start moving that direction. Then they got to learn it, learn one, and then learn another and another, depending on the type of business. 3 or 4 or 5 years go down the road. If they don't spin their wheels for the first couple of years, like most do, just like a real estate agent, they're going to spin their wheels for a couple of years looking for a home, trying to figure out what brokerage they want to do. How am I going to do this? And if they stick it out, they say the same thing in this. Hey, if you can stick it out in 5 years as a real estate agent, you'll probably be in the business for the rest of your life. Real estate investing is a little more brutal, right? Because there's
Yeah.
a lot more competition. You're independent. You're not regulated with the DRE, Department of Real Estate, or the National Association of Realtors and the MLS and all that shit, right? It's like, hey, Wild West. I'm just going to go in and go for it, right? And hopefully it works out. Or I'm going to get this course or this program. I'm going to study and read and all this good stuff. Because I know it was scary for me when I got started. Like, what the fuck am I going to do? How does this work? Where do I freaking start, right? And I was studying to get my license along with my job, and then studying to get a real estate license, right? And then go through that phase and then get into it. That's what it was called, man. Creative real estate investing. Buy a house for $10, $100. Buy, hold, fix, and flip. That's a lot of words in there, kind of like this, right? Creative real estate investing, change your life, right? One deal can change? One deal can change your life, but not knowing, that's what we're here to do. And, so that's even more than like a challenge. No one's left behind at the end of the day. I want to say that if you need to get a hold of me, and we're going to get your handles in a little bit as well. We're going to wrap this up. I appreciate it. You get a hold of me at Erick.AmpLiveTV, Erick@AmpLiveTV, or AmpLive.TV. Okay. And then we're going to get Victor's handles on here in a second. And then he's going to share a little bit about what's going on. And you shared some cool stuff that's going on with the comic book stuff and some releases you got. And then we're going to wrap this up. But I'm going to say scan that QR code right there. It's still 2023 pricing. That's what I did. Not 2024, but 23, right? And went back. 2023, when we're taking people out for one-on-one. Scan that QR code. I won't reveal the hard cost, but you can scan that QR code to find out.
Down below.
Set up an appointment and rock. Let's rock and roll. Let's see if we're a good fit. It is a selection process. Now I'm thinking today is Monday, bro. So on Wednesday or maybe Thursday, because Thursdays are pretty awesome, going live 2 p.m. and we'll reveal what we got going on for January. Okay. And that's going to be this program that's going to be one-on-one mentoring. There's going to be a time frame. We're going to partner up and do deals with them, right? You're going to be involved. Others are going to be involved. I'm going to be involved. But the whole thing is going to be about doing deals. Where do we make our money? Because I hate to say the hard cost that we're going to be working for this amount of time is a lost leader. We're not going to make any money doing that. It's just going to keep, the doors open a little bit for that little program or for that program. And then we're going to partner up and do deals. That's where we're going to make our money. Okay. And then we're looking for some awesome testimonials. If that's you and you're hungry and you're like, fuck, I'm ready to rock and roll. I've been beat up and all kinds of other stuff and shiny objects. And you're like, this is my last hurrah. This is what I need. I need a mentor. I need someone like you, Victor, Sweden, Liz, Jacob, anybody to help me, right? Then that's what we're going to do. And that's my promise to you, anybody out there, our fellow Americans, and our cause and mission. I know you know our cause and mission, Victor, is to help our fellow Americans across the United States of America, right? And, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track. So no one will be left behind. Trust me. As long as you join, you get in, we'll work with you. We won't leave you behind. You won't be alone. That's the thing, right? Now, here's something I'll leave for you real quick. Now, when you come aboard and you work with us, Victor, or even in your experiences with other programs and then working with us, were you ever left alone by yourself?
No, man. Look, Eric, I'm gonna be 100% straight up real with you, dude. Straight from the heart. I never was alone, and that's why I'm still here with you guys, because you never left me alone. I was worried sometimes, and I was like, I remember I called you for one of the deals, and I was literally on my way over there and pulling up, dude, and I had no freaking service, and I was worried and worried. Remember them two ladies up in upstate, up in the like nice Napa area?
That ass Napa.
Yeah, man, and I remember like I was trying to get a hold of you and stuff like that. And when I finally did reach you and stuff, and you couldn't call me back, what you did was you messaged me and said, give me 2 seconds. You literally got off the call handling something else. I don't know what it was. I don't remember what it was. But then you called me and you helped me and coached me through and walked me through it, man. And like, I was like, man, that wasn't the only time. So it's like to know that you've been there and stuff. You guys all been there. Every time I need you guys and never left me alone. That's why I haven't disappeared and went anywhere either. Like, that's why I'm still here since 2020.
No, awesome, man. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Been through a lot, man. We've been through a lot, right? and been through a lot with others. You've seen others go through a lot, man, you know, and like I said, I appreciate that. God bless you and your family as well, man. 2025 and the rest is going to be awesome. And, you know, you're appreciated 100% on everything that we do. And I appreciate you taking the time, because I know you had some awesome stuff going on yesterday. And then today's a Monday, and most people are like, oh, fuck Monday. I don't want to do shit on Monday. Or they're ready to rock and roll, right? They know. Getting ready. And you were like that, man. Let's go. What do we got? What's the schedule? What are we doing? You know, what properties are available? Underwriting some multifamily they sent over. We're working, looking at some single family, some pre-foreclosure stuff, right? And then, you know, say who's coming aboard, who's going to come aboard, and hey, you willing to work with these guys and gals when they do, all that good stuff, right? So, like I said, man, I do appreciate it. But yeah, that's the thing here. Join us on X. It's one of our homes. It's in a community called Made in America. That's a little where we dip in a little bit, where we're not getting regulated. You know, the First Amendment, freedom of speech, right? And that's on X. And I know there's not a lot of real estate investors on X, right? I know Cardone's on there, a few other people, but mostly like agents and just regular people. You know, X is more about news, right, and political stuff and religion and things of that nature. But that's part of who I am, man. You know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm a fellow American. I love the country. I love what we do and what you do and others do, right? And we know there's a need for it, man. And we'll keep our cause and mission as such until, you know, I don't think it'll ever pivot or change, because based on integrity, loyalty, and communication, and then helping our fellow Americans. I know some people say, well, fellow Americans, what does that mean? You know, is that, you know, can it be fellow, you know, human beings? Right? Can it be fellow, you know, Hispanics and blacks and Chinese? Of course, we're all Americans, right? That's the bottom line. We're American people, man. We are human beings in the United, and it's the United States of America. What the hell does that mean, right? We're all united, bro. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. I do appreciate that. Buy, hold, fix, flip, and dominate real estate in 2025 with AMP Live. Now check that out. That's our goal, right? Now a lot of people get in there going, well, I want to wholesale. I'm going to tell you, there's a trend going on right now, brother. Wholesaling, right? But people, and a lot of the wholesalers that are wholesaling are going, man, I'm ready to do what? I want to rock. I want to buy some properties. I want to get into creative real estate investing. I want to take some shit down. I need some cash flow from these properties, right? Because they're seeing the investors buy this shit. They go, what? I made 20. I could have made easily doing the same thing if I knew what I needed to do to make 50, 60, or 100. Then they're making that pivot going, fuck. All right, find me deals, or how do I get into doing that? This is the solution right here, right? Being able to get into the business right now with myself, Victor, others, and us helping you make that happen. And that's what's going to happen probably on Wednesday and Thursday. I want to reveal it. I know we've been talking a little bit about it, but it's the American Mentee Program, but it's something that we're going to put out just for January. And if it flies, awesome. If not, that's okay too. The bottom line is it's our loss, your gain by doing this, or when we do it. But you're going to start thinking about buy, hold, fix, and flip, and dominating 2025, period, okay? It's just part of the jam. It's what's going to come down the wire, right? And that's what I'm seeing. And then when the market starts shifting more, you're going to start seeing more and more moving to that. I'm also seeing a lot of people that are wholesalers or even getting into real estate investment that they're wanting to do what? Become a real estate agent, man. It's pretty trippy.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Have you noticed that or no?
Yes.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's pretty trippy, man. I'll put this back up over here. We'll put that up in there. Scan that QR code and lock in your spot if you see this. That's for the one-on-one mentoring. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up because we're dipping in here. I'm sure you got to get ready for dinner, right? And a few other things. But anything to add? Anything you want to share?
Well, I hope to see some new people, you know, come aboard and stuff. You know, we have awesome team members and everything like that. Come to hook up with Erick. You know, I'll be there.
Yep.
The American Mentee Program helped me. I mean, I know I say this probably at the end of every one of the streams and stuff that we do, but I'm just trying to tell you guys straight up. It's a great experience. It's amazing. I'll be there. Erick will be there. A ton of the rest of the group is going to be there for you. You know what I'm saying? Let's close the deal. If you haven't closed the deal yet, man, come aboard. Let's close the deal. It's so satisfying.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying. Or get yourself, or if you've been closing deals all the time, if you've been closing deals already all the time, right? And you don't know how to take down a property, right? or fix and flip it, or you buy and hold it, come on, let's do it. Because we'll have some fun. Because I can tell you, it's crazy when at the spur of the moment you don't know if you're gonna take it down for yourself or you're gonna wholesale it or what you're gonna do with it. Do you want to fix and flip it? Or are you gonna Airbnb it? You're gonna rent it out? And that's what it is. I'm gonna tell you, I've done already a few different strategies. We're working on other strategies right now. We're in the middle of a strategy right now. That's my first time doing it. It's not Erick's first rodeo, but it's my first rodeo. And I'm still learning. It never ends. It never ends. And Erick, be real. You could be charging me for all this extra, because this is so much knowledge, but you don't. I've been with you rocking, and that's the great thing about it. Erick doesn't leave you behind. He goes above and beyond, and he'll help you. It's not about the money. It's about the integrity, the loyalty, and the communication, man. And it's awesome. It's like I've had issues myself and everything, and then Erick's team and stuff, they helped me iron it out and told me, hey, this is what you got to do. Hey, don't do this, don't do that, and stick to your guns. And it's changed a lot of me, And like I said, we're in the middle of something right now, dude. I don't want to say too much because it's so exciting, but everybody's gonna see what's to come, man.
Right.
Gonna see what
the reveal.
Yes, everybody.
I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna do that.
Yeah, dude. Me too, man. Because it's all about believing in yourself, right? Believing in each other, and saying forget the naysayers. It's not even about them. Who cares?
Yes.
The minute you stop giving a fuck about them and stop worrying about other people is the minute you actually really start winning. So stop worrying about, oh, but this person could do it. Oh, but that person could do it. How come this person got deals, but I can't? This and that. Stop effing worrying about them. Just put your head down, focus, get in the game. Amen. Stop telling everybody your business. I've learned that myself. Stop telling everybody your business, because not everybody wants you to succeed. They may say, oh yeah, that's so great. I'm so happy for you. Oh, what? You got a mentor? But the minute you walk off and leave, they'll be like, I hope they don't do well with this mentorship. I hope them, It could be anything. You never know. And the thing is, you just got to have the energy and the power to stay focused. And it could be friends, it could be family, it could be sometimes even your own significant other. It could be anybody. It could be just a random person passing you by and stuff. But that's the thing. You just got to stay focused. You got to keep doing it. And if you haven't started doing it, take the step to do it.
Awesome, man. Great way to end it. Appreciate it. Thanks again. I know we're going to chit chat, a little bit later. We got some underwriting to do on some other properties. And then tomorrow, let's rock and roll. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I know you got some things to do. We'll catch up. And we got some stuff that we got lined out for the week, man. So I'll shoot you the information on Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday for sure. I think we should hit it. And then we'll reveal what I was sharing with you. It's going to be awesome. I think that's going to help a lot of people. And then, of course, we got the reveal with you that'll be coming up in February, right? And what you got stored and what's going to transpire and how that's going to blow up a little bit. Or I should say a lot, not even a little bit, a lot, because that's what it takes, right? And one deal can change your life. I'm going to put this back up here, right? Right here. Buy, hold, fix, flip, and dominate real estate in 2025. I know that's not the one with the, what do you call it? Where's the other graphic? Yeah, I think it's right here, maybe. I don't know. There's a bunch of them. That's Mindset Money Monday, right? And I don't got my glasses on, so bear with me. And I think we got this one here. Here it is. This is true, and I believe it, and I know Victor does too. How creative real estate can change your future. One deal can change your life. Scan that QR code. Let's touch bases. I'm going to throw a shout out to our sponsors, VIPeXecs Realty Lending. Considering buying or selling a home here in Southern California, let's rock. Let's do it. If you're an investor and you're looking for deals and you need to get funding, definitely hit us up. As well as anywhere in the United States of America, if you want to hang your license with us at as well. Don't just like it says, don't go solo. Let us help you. And be part of the brands and part of what we do. We truly do believe in VIP and VIPeXecs Realty and Lending. That's why we say step into excellence. Everybody is treated VIP, whether it's a $100,000 property or $1 million or $10 million property. Does not matter, right? We're back to customer service, back to taking care of America, back to made in America, because that's what it's about. And then I'll wrap this up really quick. Let me see, what do we got? Where's the, whoops, we're done there. Go back to the top, and then I'm going to wrap it, yes, with Mindset Money Monday. Appreciate it, Victor, for coming down and rocking and rolling. You close that son of a bitch up awesome. and I do appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and throw your mug right there. Boom, there you are, brother. The Amplify Real Estate Show, Mindset Money Monday. And you know what? Shit, there'd be times in the shit, dude, I'd rather just have you do the shit, right?
Right.
Other stuff, right? And I'm cool with that, right? Because I want to keep on keeping the schedule and, you know, doing what we're doing and then bringing other peeps. I know we're going to be tomorrow. You're going to be helping out tomorrow with you know, some young men. On Saturday, we're going to be doing the same stuff. As we bring them on more and more, you're going to be introduced to Victor and things of that nature and others that are working with us. But Victor, I know he's rocking and rolling. Wrap this up with the cool stuff real quick with the your handles, where they can find you. Obviously with your real estate stuff, the comic book stuff, the collectibles, and I know you got some cool stuff dropping with was it the MegaCon or some, you know, I'm not as familiar with it. I know about the stuff, right? And but if you got something there, pop it up, show it, or whatever you want to do, man. But let's end it that way.
Yeah, well, if everybody doesn't know, I do have a comic and collectible company. We are right now doing a bunch of awesome exclusives, retailer exclusives. Hold on, it's kind of hard to see this one, but here's a Vampirella. It's kind of just hard to see. I don't know why. You know what? Let me take off my background. That's probably why. Yeah, let's get that virtual background going.
Do it.
There we go. Oh, wow. Now you guys see all my goodies. But yeah, see right here is a Vampirella exclusive. This is from Terrificon in 2024. Awesome book that me and my guy Comic Exposure put together and dropped. It's a great experience working with him. He's one of the bigger dogs in the game, just like Eric. You know, I had to find a mentor in the comic game to team up with and work with. Had to learn from him, still learning from him, rocking with him. He's awesome. Same as Eric, man. Like, you know, I mean, if it wasn't for mentors to know what you're doing, man, it's a lot harder. So, like I said, this is awesome right here. This is our Vampirella exclusive. We have a Prince tribute that we dropped and stuff. I don't know if anybody likes Prince. We have a Prince tribute. It's an actual biography of his story of how he became who he was before he passed away. And we have a Bruce Lee one as well that we did. And right now we're actually working on, like you were saying earlier, we have a Tupac Shakur one. And we also have a Keanu Reeves one coming out and stuff for MegaCon. MegaCon's going to be February 5th to the 10th in Orlando, Florida. I will be there. And it's going to be awesome. Like I said, we have a bunch of awesome stuff. I have some old stuff. I know people are probably saying, hey, well, those are new comics. Do you have any old stuff? Yeah, I have stuff that's older than Eric. Literally.
Yeah. What the fuck? What's that? Let me see. What is that?
This is World's Finest. And this was from like the 40s, 1940.
Yeah, you got to be a diehard to know what that is. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, I can see the characters there. That's cool. Is that DC?
Yep, DC World's Finest 12 center right here.
Yeah, I can tell like by the artist, the way they draw. It's different than Marvel, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, but like, you know, so I mean, everybody, you guys could type in Victorious Comics on Google. It'll pop all my socials up, all my information and everything. Awesome. But if you want to just go straight to Instagram, you could just type in victorious.comics. It'll pop up my page. Facebook, same thing, Victorious Comics. eBay, we're Rogue Comics. That's ROGUE_ comics, COMICS. Rogue Comics. That's actually my wife's brand. She decided to open up her own collectibles company. She wanted to battle me. I don't know why. She just was like, well, I can do it too. So it's like a competitive thing now.
What do you mean?
Rogue, my wife, she has her own comic company and business and stuff too now.
Oh, cool.
She's doing her own thing. Yeah, she's she's been doing her own thing and stuff for a while. And it's competitive, dude, because she's like, well, guess what? I got to be on a comic book as a calendar girl, and you don't. And I was just like, well, whatever. It's not fair, but I mean, girls will be girls, you know?
Right? Yeah, that's cool, man. Awesome. Yeah, man, you got to go with the flow. You got to appreciate life. You got to have gratitude and all that good stuff, man. It makes sense, you know, and it is here. And like, well, I'll drop it as that. Anything else you want to add?
No, I mean, just, like you were saying, have gratitude, stay blessed. Like, I'm grateful for everything. You know, like, if it wasn't for me taking the step to get into real estate investing and starting getting creative with Erick and taking those steps and even wanting to give up. And Erick's like, dude, you can't freaking give up. Like that told me right there. He's like, you can walk away and stuff like that. But he's like, but do you really want that? He pretty much talked me off the cliff multiple times, guys. Like, so it's not about the dollars. It's not about the money. Because he knows you close a deal and you close a deal with him, you're going to want to do another one. You're going to want to keep going. And then if there's another deal that comes across your path and you don't know how to do it, but you're teamed up with him and he knows, you guys are going to do it. You know? So I appreciate you, Erick. I'm grateful for everything, man. I'm grateful for you and Liz. You know, shout out to everybody over there at the fam. You know,
thank you.
Love from over here on our side.
You got it.
And no, man, there's nothing else really to say, man. Besides, you know what we got going on.
Yeah.
Let's just keep that project underway, keep it going, and get it done.
Yeah, it's kind of like Doritos, right? Just can't eat one. You keep on eating the whole fucking bag, man.
Right.
Throw a little sour cream, some dip on that, right? Gets better and better. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate it, man. See what we got here. All good to go. Was there anything I was going to put up? Nope, we're good. All right, so there's this QR code. Scan that QR code. It's one-on-one mentoring. Definitely from 42% off still. That's from hard cost of 2023. February, that's what we do every year. It's like January, you know, let's put some stuff out there. We can help some people. Let's gear up for the first quarter, have that momentum going into 2025. And then February, it's going to obviously change. So take advantage of it. And on Thursday, we'll do the reveal of what I'm suggesting, what we talked about a little earlier. I think it's going to help a lot of people. It's going to be kind of crazy because I don't know anybody that's really that's doing that or willing to do that. Maybe there is, I don't know. Maybe there's a hybrid, but I don't think anybody is. And then obviously, you know, we're going to be tapping in to some stuff that's happening with you in February and then others. Okay. So rock and roll and all that you do, keep on rocking and rolling. AHA, Americans helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. And Amp Live, the only program of its kind where we train and mentor you and others across the United States of America, one-on-one. Nobody does it like we do. Powered by Amp Live Media, media broadcasting and marketing company that powers everything that we do, and any mentee that comes aboard powers them as well. And of course, our sponsor, VIPeXecs Realty and Lending. Step into excellence. Keep on rocking and rolling out there. Let's get back to customer service. Let's get back to helping our fellow Americans. Let's get back to being great again. No pun intended with anything out there, right? And let's get back to made in America, brother. Thank you, Victor, Victorious Comics, Victorious, you know, Real Solutions and everything that you got going on, brother.
Yes.
It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful 2025 and into the future, right? We look forward to it, man. Keep on rocking and rolling. You have a good one, okay?
All right, man. Thank you. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right. Bye-bye.